Neil, how long have you been a volunteer?
Started last year.
And what is it that got you involved in the charity?
A number of things, to be honest. I started a business a couple of years ago, and part of the reason for that was work-life balance, and I wanted to spend some time volunteering. So I met Lucy, who works for Home Start, and took it from there. And I think my passion really for Dad Matters is, when my youngest is 18 now, but when I had little ones, there was no help out there. So just being someone to kind of talk to, some of the things you can talk about and help dads with, that, I look back and perhaps I made some mistakes that, had this support of being around then, perhaps I wouldn't have, nothing major, but things that you learn, managing a crying baby and things like that can be tough.
A way for dads to communicate, I suppose. There's no pressure put on this, but they can open up if they want to on these days.
Yeah, if they want to. So what we usually say is, look, if you want to chat about anything, we're here. Quite a lot of them bring young kids along. So sometimes it's a case of just playing with the kids and letting them have a game of table tennis by themselves. Really just making them feel relaxed. And for some of them, it's the only space they get that's a game of table tennis as a break from the kids.
So it's a nice place for dads to meet up in a sort of communal area where everyone's got that bond of being a father, having a child sometimes for the first time, and they can almost take a break, and if they need to unload, they can. It's about a safe space, really.
It's a safe space. Absolutely, that's what it's all about. Yeah.
And I don't want to say job because obviously you're a volunteer, but your sort of part to play in that is to come and offer just support or just an ear or shoulder or whatever.
Absolutely, make them feel relaxed. Like I say, just gauge what they're wanting. For some people, it's just coming along and talking to other dads. Quite a few of the dads have just moved to Warrington, and so it's an opportunity to meet other dads, to build a network. So yeah, it's whatever they want to get from it.
It's very nice. You said you started your own business. Was that more recently?
That was about 2 years ago. So I started a business and then got into working with people.
How did you find balancing your work-life balance and when you did have young kids?
It's tough, to be honest, and I think one of the things I've learned in reflection was looking after both your mental health and your partner's mental health. My partner was at home, after the birth, and I'd come home and she'd want to talk and I'd not want to talk because I've been talking all day. So understanding that a little bit more in hindsight has been useful, and you use them experiences to help other dads and just say, look, everything's going to be okay. Quite often for first-time dads it can be quite a nerve-wracking experience. So we're here just to encourage them to relax, enjoy that journey. It's special.
That's a sweet sort of sentiment, because like coming here today and hearing your story and a few others, it's nice that the husband's kind of been or the partner has been a rock, the male figure, and they are kind of misunderstood or not heard, and now hearing some of the stories of people actually being like, well, yeah, I was there through that as well, and they don't need to just bottle that up and just crack on with it. It's important. Yeah. It's important to have the balance of both being the rock, but then also being able to let loose sometimes.
Yeah. I mean, the analogy we use, we're doing a session this evening, for example. The analogy we use is when you get on a plane and they do the emergency briefing, it's put your own mask on. You've got to look after yourself to be able to look after your family. So it's not about neglecting yourself and being a hero. It's about looking after yourself and then being in the best space to look after the family as well.
That's lovely. I like that. I like that sentiment. So, but thank you, Neil. Thank you for taking the time.
Thank you.
Appreciate that.
Cheers.
We'll get to the workshop.